Hi everyone, it's Jackie from the Marengo-Union Library here to show you how to make our December adult craft. What we're going to be making in December is a snowman out of an old wine glass. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some Mod Podge and coat the inside of our wine glass. So if you're going to have some wine, I would suggest you do that first. Then rinse your glass out and then dry it off and then coat the inside of your wine glass with Mod Podge. Now obviously, since we're doing the inside, this glass will be for decorative purposes only after we are done with it. So what you're going to need for this craft, I'll provide you with a wine glass and some Mod Podge and a top hat and a ribbon and some paint, some black paint and some orange paint and some Epsom salt. You have to kind of work quickly because Mod Podge does tend to dry fairly quickly, which is usually a good thing. Okay, I think I've got most of the glass coated. It looks totally white now, so that's a good sign. Then I'm going to take some Epsom salt and pour it inside my wine glass. I'll probably do like maybe 2 scoops here. All right, and then I'm going to roll it around to make sure the whole inside of the wine glass is coated. Oops, got a little drip there. With the Epsom salt. So after I've got the bottom of the glass coated, the drinking part, then I'm going to kind of spin it this way. Ooh, okay. And looks like I might need some more along the edges there. Okay, so if you can see, the inside of my glass is coated with Epsom salt. All right, the next thing you want to do probably would be to coat the bottom with the Epsom salt, and the Mod Podge and then the Epsom salt. But because that would take a little bit of time to dry, I'm going to skip a step, okay? So the next thing we want to do is we want to draw the face on. So what your snowman needs is some eyes. Now you can either use 2 buttons if you want, or you can paint his eyes on. I think I'm going to try painting his eyes on. Oops, this is very thin. Okay. So I'm going to paint his eyes on. I will turn around and show you in a second. I probably should have shaken my paint up first, which I will do that. Let me turn this around for you. You can see what I mean. See, it's kind of running. Looks like our snow person here has got some running mascara, so I'm going to clean that off. And we'll try that again. All right, that's better. Okay, so I'm going to paint my snowman's eyes on. Like I said, if you want, you can use buttons if you want instead. Or you can even use a marker if you want. Oops. The one nice thing about painting on a glass is that if you make a mistake, like having running mascara, you can go ahead and wipe off that part. Here, I have a little drip here. So I'm going to take that off. All right. Okay. And then our snowman needs, what else does he need? He also needs a mouth. This time I'm going to shake the paint up real well and use a clean brush, obviously, And he needs a nose here. He needs a carrot nose. Oops, my paint is dripping. Okay, there's his nose. And then he obviously needs a mouth, right? Now you can do like a, you know, like dot, dot, dot for like you would do like coal, pieces of coal that if you're making a snowman in your front yard. Or if you have a lot of buttons, you could even use buttons, but we're going to use paint today. All right, so now I have my snowman's face on there. I'm gonna cap my paint. And I'm gonna let that dry for a few minutes while we go ahead and get his hat ready. All right, so I'm gonna put this over there. Okay, I'm going to give you a hat and some greenery there. And then you can do whatever you want with it to add to it. I'm also going to give you some ribbon. So, but you could maybe tie around the bottom, or you can also maybe make a little brim for his hat. I think that's what I'm going to do. Although I forgot to get scissors. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so you also need a glue gun for that. You probably have a glue gun maybe at home. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue gun around my hat, just so that the brim of the hat can show. All right. Looks like we need a little bit more glue here. See the top. Oops. As you know, glue is very hot. Okay. All right, so I put that on his hat, and then I'm going to glue this on there too, because I think that would look really pretty on there. All right, and see, there we have his hat. Okay, glue does dry pretty quickly, the hot glue. Now, as long as I have my buttons here, I'm going to show you how it would look if we did buttons. So my snowman's actually going to have eyes on both sides of his head. Okay, see, that's what it looked like if you had eyes. I'm sorry, if you had buttons for his eyes. All right, now we're going to go back and do the part that we didn't do before. And we're going to glue, not glue, Mod Podge, the bottom of the glass now. You could probably do up maybe at the stem of the wine glass too if you wanted to. Okay, then I'm going to sprinkle some salt on there, some Epsom salt. Being careful not to disturb my freshly painted face. I bought a lot of Epsom salt for this project, but it probably doesn't need a whole lot, but you can always use Epsom salt to soak our feet, huh? Okay, so there's his eyes, but no mouth. And there, that's with the button eyes, and then here we have the painted on. Okay, I'm going to put this right here so it can dry. And then I'm going to put his hat on the top. So to do that, I'm going to use my hot glue gun again. Again, very carefully, because my hand is stinging a little bit from that hot glue that I accidentally got on my hand before. Okay. All right, so I put hot glue on the inside of the hat. And then I'm going to put my hat kind of off to the center because I've got a face on both sides there. And then I'm going to put a ribbon on there, or tie a bow around his neck. Or scarf maybe. And you're probably going to need a little bit of glue if you want that bow to stay put because it's sliding down that glass. All right, there we go. There is our snowman wine glass. And turn the bow around. You can see both sides to it that way. All right. All right, there you go. All right, you enjoy your holidays, and thanks so much for joining us. Bye.